day, guys and girls. So today is an exciting day, at least for some people. Very exciting for me, I will say. It's November 28th, 2022, and we've been promised that Warzone 1, or Warzone Caldera, was coming back. We've been promised that it'll be BR and Plunder. It has been promised that they're getting rid of Resurgence and Rebirth Island. So I've heard a couple rumors, but I'm not going to spoil it. Just going to go in and see if everything manually or automatically downloaded and uploaded as it should have, because we have everything set up to do that in here. So in our settings, we've got our power options, so it never shuts down. It's always in sleep mode. And in our account, or our system settings, I should say, updates, we have keep console up to date and keep my games and apps up to date. So there should be no problem there. It was already installed on the system, and we should be able to just literally jump right in. And that's not encouraging because it's pretty opaque, and there's not really a lot of color on there. But we'll see. No, do not adjust your screen. This is just what we've been given. It's gone black. You can see my controller light kind of reflecting off of the TV there. Again, I apologize. I don't have video capture hardware. I never thought, honestly, that these videos would get these kind of this kind of attention. So yeah, here we are. We're kind of at the black screen of death, if you want to call it that. Literally nothing is going on. Again, I didn't touch anything. Everything's set to auto update, and nothing's going on. So let's back out. We're going to force shut this down. We're going to go into our options. Sorry, we're going to go down to our games and just see. Yeah, nothing is. Let's go to my games and apps. Nothing's being downloaded. There's nothing in the queue. Games are installing. You'll see them here. So nothing. Okay. So remember, we force shut this game down. Let's try to launch it again. Oh, we got something. We got signs of life now. Okay. Remember, that game was already shut down. Oh, she's bright. Okay. Let's see. That's encouraging. We're going to accept this. Accept. It says it's connecting. So I think we might be over the first hurdle that we just ran into an absolute brick wall with Warzone 2, and it was forcing you to go into the store and download it as a separate. Please install Warzone Caldera. Play now. What? No, they've done it again. Warzone Caldera Pack 1 is required to play Caldera. Warzone Caldera Pack 2 is required to play. Oh my god. Okay, nope, they did it again. So Warzone 2, you had to go into the store and actually download it, because somehow it didn't understand that you had Warzone 1 and you wanted Warzone 2. Well, this is Warzone 1. So the automatic download should have happened like that, and they had the opportunity to fix it from Warzone 1 from Warzone 2 to kind of the Warzone 1 reloaded, or however you want to call that, but they didn't. The devs they've absolutely dropped the ball. I don't know how else to describe this. So now we need to download and it won't even let you do it. For Christ's sake. Thanks for your purchase. Now go have some fun. Got it. Okay. Warzone 2. Okay, it's saying it's not installed though. Alright, so it says option number or note number 5, scroll to and select manage game and add-ons, or press X to skip to this step. Let's press X. Well, X didn't do anything. X does absolutely nothing. That's the sound of me hitting X. Install, you own this. Installing view and queue. What the hell is going on? I can't believe the developers screwed it up again. They absolutely screwed it up again. I have some choice words to say, but I'm not going to. So we're going to make sure that we force shut this down. We're going to try to see where this is in the queue, if it's even doing anything. Queue. 12 gigs that we need to download in order to play this game. I am at a loss for words. The developers just absolutely mishandled this again. They mishandled the implementation and the drop of Warzone 2, and now they've absolutely messed up the implementation and the drop for Warzone 1 or Warzone 1 Reloaded or whatever you want to call it. Everything was set up to download automatically and it didn't. So I don't know what else to say, but make sure that you go in there and follow those murky steps in order to download this game that already exists on your system. Well, guys and girls, just to give a bit of an update, we've been downloading for 10, maybe almost 15 minutes, and we've got about another 6 minutes to go from what it looks like. Again, the whole point of this video is to make sure that you're aware that the game will not update itself. Also, hopefully bring some attention to the developers to say, hey, look, you know, you guys kind of messed up. I could say it a different way, but I'll say it politely. You messed up. You didn't do your research. You didn't do beta testing. And this problem has fallen through the cracks yet again. It happened with Warzone 2 with the integration of that one. And now we got Warzone 1, which has existed on this system for 2 years now. And all of a sudden now I got to go back out and download a separate file or a separate update in order to make this game work. You guys, you goofed up here. So, but anyways, make sure you're going through these steps. If you're like me, you only get an hour to play per night. Well, you know, 20-25 minutes digging into that hour of play when you're just trying to relax and decompress after a tough day, it's a little frustrating. So anyways, don't get caught like I did and probably countless millions of people, and get that thing downloading during your dinner or whatever so that you're ready to go whenever you want to play. Well, welcome back, boys and girls. It's been some 25 minutes and there's nothing in the install queue. We're just going to make sure that everything is closed and there's nothing open, so we're going to click on Call of Duty Warzone Caldera. Okay, well, it's looking good, but we got this before. And we already did this before, except. Again, when you only have so much time to play the game, a game that should automatically download and upload for you and update for you, here we are. And it says please install Warzone Caldera, which we just did. Oh, that's because they want, okay, but we tried clicking on Pack 2 and it wouldn't let us actually install it before. So now we're going to click on Pack 2. Thanks for the purchase. Got it. Go have some fun, it said. But it doesn't say anything about it being installed. Not installed. I know, we're trying to install it. Install. You own this. I know I own this, but it's asking me to install. This is so frustrating. It says installing view in the queue. So the last update was 12.5 gigabytes. What's this one going to be? 7 gigabytes. Okay, so I'm going to roll back up here. I've been told that make sure that you're closing out the game so it's not running in the background. It is clearly not running in the background. I can't believe I just don't have words anymore. I have absolutely no faith in these developers. You got to remember that in 2020 Call of Duty Warzone was the most profitable game of the year, period, and it's a free game. So you know, they've had opportunity after opportunity to, let's suspend my game. Let's try this. Suspend my game. There we go. We'll see if that did anything. But no, back to my point, like they had opportunities to do beta testing, to, you know, basically get these bugs out. I don't know how else to say that. But they had opportunity after opportunity to go out there and fix these issues well before it actually hit our hands on November 28th. Like the Warzone 2 has already been out for, what, 2 weeks? Coming up on 2 weeks. And, you know, I'm not saying that the developers are following the things that I'm doing, but we're putting videos out there with all these known issues. And nothing's getting fixed. And it's unfortunate because, you know, they have all the money and time to fix this stuff and they don't. They choose not to. So I guess we'll come back in about 15 minutes, as it says, and see if we can even get in this time. I am cautiously optimistic. Welcome back yet again, boys and girls. So here we've gone and we've updated and installed a second bunch of files, or a second update, just to run a game that's already on our system. Let's see if we can get into it now. And I will note that I did suspend the game because I was told last time when we were doing Modern Wars, or the Warzone 2 update, that we didn't suspend it, and that's why it took so long. It took 15 minutes to download however many gigabytes that was, and suspending it literally did nothing. So if you feel like you need to suspend the game and it'll speed it up somehow, then you go for it. But suspending it did absolutely nothing to speed up the download times, because the game's not running. It can't physically run because there's nothing to run, because the game doesn't exist yet. So anyways, we'll see if we can finally get into this after some 40 plus minutes of screwing around and doing something that should have already been done for us by the time we logged in today. Again, things that just keep falling through the cracks that should never happen. Period. Play now. Okay. So remember, they promised us that on November 28th, 2022, the developers promised us this. That's Raven Software, that we'd be able to play BR, Battle Royale, and Plunder, but we would not be able to play Resurgence or Rebirth Island, as there is no Rebirth Island. And just as I was kind of suspecting, we got Battle Royale quads and Battle Royale solos. Absolutely no sign, I repeat, absolutely no sign of Plunder. I just want to make sure that it's not hidden in there somewhere. Nope, it definitely is not hidden within one of these BR quads or BR solos. I prefer playing Plunder. I will say that the DMZ in Warzone 2 is it's not for me. I'm just gonna say it nicely and politely. It's not for me. If I wanted to go play a cooperative campaign with tasks and challenges, that's what I'd go do. Again, I prefer Plunder. I happen to be one of the better players out there. My wins, I'm top 0.1%. And, you know, I don't want to get too much into it, but the people that say, oh, you know, Plunder's easy, go out there and get 1,100 wins and see how easy it is. So I prefer it. And if you check the message boards, approximately some 25 to 30% of the 110 million players prefer to play only Plunder. So that's some 30 to 40 million people that only play Plunder. And they've just alienated those groups of people by not including what they had promised some months ago when they were talking about the release of Warzone 2.0. So again, this might be an oversight. Maybe it's coming tomorrow. But again, we were promised that on November 28th, 2022, which is today's date. And, you know, I shouldn't be surprised, but here we are. So I hope that you guys and girls found this information informative. Again, it was to make sure that you realize that you need to download this stuff before you jump in. So if you've got time, download it. You got to go in and do it manually, and then you'll be all set up. Because if you're waiting until you're trying to jump on, like I was, and you only got so much time to play per night, you're screwed, for the better lack of a word. So if you found the content informative, think about giving me a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down, and tell me why down in the comments. Any questions at all that you've got, even if it's not totally related to this video, ask down there. I will answer. I answer every single question, period. New to the channel, new to this video series, think about hitting that subscribe button, because we're going to be adding stuff like this all the time. We got to keep these developers on their toes, and we got to keep them responsible for fixing these errors, because been following along, there's a lot of Xbox errors right now. One of them's a message that pops up about crossplay and how a player can't join, and it is just frustrating, and we're 2 weeks in almost now and it hasn't been fixed. So I'm gonna be throwing up lots of content like that. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed, and remember, you never know unless you bear. We'll see you on the next video.